We're back for part two. All right. So, Bruce, I wanted to ask you, when you were younger, what attributes did you attribute to older people,
Oh,
like elders?
okay.
Or maybe the oldest people,
The,
maybe.
the things I wanted to emulate, things that my dad taught me were important.
Yes.
Tell the truth,
Of course.
right? If you make a commitment, follow through and keep the commitment,
Amen.
right?
Yeah.
Pay your bills on time. And being a businessman, he said, if there's like a 2% discount for paying early, always pay early.
Sure.
Get the 2% discount.
That's up.
And then with customers, when you sell them something, you back up the sale, you give them service, you follow up. You don't just try to get them off your property having made the sale and say goodbye, good luck. He taught me it's really important to back up what we sold, keep our word in business. So those are really, really important things.
I guess they say a man's as good as his reputation, right?
Well, yeah. And that, again, a biblical expression, a good reputation is more to be desired than great wealth or great riches.
I mean, I guess you can get great wealth and great riches with a good reputation, but you can't necessarily get a good reputation with wealth and riches.
There you go. Interesting.
I mean, maybe you could, but it wouldn't be truly good. It would be a little bit
Okay.
vapid. So, I was kind of wondering more along the lines of like, what qualities did you attribute to old age? Like what sort of defined the idea of being old, when you
Oh.
were a kid?
Oh, okay. People moving slowly, people more inclined to be ill and take longer to recover, people bent over, people using canes, people spending life in a little rocking chair on the front porch. I guess those kinds of, people enjoying watching children play. I guess I thought about a lot of those things. But now, as I am older, I think, yes, those things may be true. I try to stay active by walking daily. I've been swimming a lot this summer. But I still love children. I always have. Yeah, I want to be active. Although I'm 77, maybe I'm like the new 75.
Well, that's only a couple of years. I'd say 67.
Oh, well, thank you, Perry.
I mean, yeah. So would you say that your current experience as an elder gentleman is in high contrast to your initial perception or mental projection of what it would have been like at that age?
No, I would say it's different. I would
Okay.
say, my father used to say, I still feel the same as I did on the inside when I was younger. Well, of course, now I experience that myself. The same person inside, although that person has developed and grown a lot over the years, grown in character, grown in loving people, loving God, loving people. Yeah, so that character has changed and developed. But my wife would tell you, I was awful to live with when I was 39 because I dreaded the thought of being 40.
Oh dear.
Now I'm 77 and I'm eager to be 80.
Really?
So that's changed. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I guess once you get to a certain point, it's like I'm breaking the record. Oh, do I hear 100, 101,
Yeah, yeah.
102? Yeah.
Maybe.
You get a little fired up, right?
Maybe people will say when I'm 80, oh, that guy cannot be 80. He's lying,
Yeah, it
we
gets
all
fun.
hoped, I think in our own way, a little bit of pride in there, hope that people will think, oh no, you can't be that age, right? So that's, you want to stay fit and that sort of thing.
Well, I guess it's kind of like being a showman in a way, right? Because
There's
you're like selling the idea of being an older person. You're like, hey,
I am.
like,
I
so,
am.
Yeah.
That's true. And I do sell it by saying things like, I'm looking forward to being 80,
Yeah.
right?
Because
And
because when you're like 14, you're like, oh, I can't wait to be 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, hopefully people hear that's true. People hear my enthusiasm and don't think, oh, he's just making that up, right?
Exactly.
Right? But no, I think it's pretty cool. If I live to be 80, that'll be such a gift from God because I should have been dead many, many times. Driving fast, motorcycles, skateboards, doing crazy things on skateboards.
Shopping carts.
Not so much.
Oh no, that was bicycles.
Bicycles,
Downhill.
skateboards. Yeah, could have. Yeah, Could have died.
You told me
many
that
times.
you used to stand up on your bike seat.
Yes, I did stand up on the bicycle seat going down the hill. Yeah, doing that thing like at the front of the Titanic when she's got her arms out. Yeah, that was
Wow.
my move.
Well,
Yeah, I was showing my chops that day.
that's bold, I gotta say. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Do you think kids these days are a little more soft like that?
Ah, wow. I know some kids keep themselves really fit, but yeah, I'm just so concerned about social media and its impact on kids. I mean, I'm on Facebook every day, but I'm not posting every day. I've just got friends. I just want to see what they're up to. But this whole thing about kids putting out their online an identity that they want to put themselves out there as a person that people will like and be drawn to and look up to and say, oh, gee, I wish I was Janie or Cynthia or Tommy. I wish I was like them. But, oh my goodness, people are putting out there lies about themselves with the hopes that people will like them and accept them. But the thing is, that goes nowhere. That's a dead end, because what people really want is to be loved for who they truly are. And if you're never putting that out there, you never give yourself a chance to be loved for who you really are.
That's a good point.
Oh, to me, it's a huge part of what's going on in the culture.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy something, you know, in a country, you got to bring the right currency, right?
Oh, that's good, Perry. Yeah,
thank
you
you.
got to bring the right currency.
So, I think it's strange these days how so many people aspire to be quote unquote charismatic. I find it kind of cheesy in a way, because I think that everyone might have a different idea of what charisma is. Some people believe
Okay.
it's simply the quality of being well liked. I might define it as the ability to make people feel what you're feeling and to be able to win favor with other people, essentially
Okay.
charm and
Okay.
knowing how to talk to people. I mean, that's my presumption, but it's ironic because if somebody wanted to be charismatic, I would think that the best thing they could do is maybe go through a time warp here, go back to this guy's, you know, old teenagehood, and just talk to people because he had nothing else to do. I think that's how you could acquire such a skill, for
Well,
sure.
I think one of the most attractive things to people is the ability to be yourself. It doesn't give us permission to behave like jerks,
Of course,
right? But if we can be ourselves, if we have that kind of comfort level, to me, Perry, as you would know, my ability to be myself comes from my understanding of who I am in this vertical relationship with God. Then I'm able to be myself in all of these horizontal relationships with everybody I meet. So, you know, if people see you as a person who's kind of transparent, you know, you don't tell all your secrets to everybody you meet. That would be inappropriate.
yes,
But the fact that you could talk to a close friend about anything in your life, I think is such a healthy thing. That you're not with your best friends, your closest friends, my spouse. I mean, she should know everything about me, right? And I shouldn't be afraid to talk to her about that. And if I'm messing up or I need to be corrected, hopefully she'll hold me accountable and I'll sort something out and make it right and be a better person. So yeah, it's a journey, Perry.
Yeah.
But the thing about, you know, being charismatic or having people like you, I find if I treat everybody well, I leave my house in the morning, I say, God, help me to love everybody I meet today. Well, that
Wow.
might be a smile to somebody, it might be a wave, it might be seeing an old friend, shaking hands, it might be having a coffee with somebody. But if I treat everybody that way, I am almost expecting that people will like me. It's not a big deal. Not everybody has to.
Yes.
Right? I'm okay with that. And you know, even the scripture says it's not a good thing for everybody to speak well of you. But again, this good reputation, I'd rather be known by a good reputation than a crappy one.
Right. Yeah, I guess there was like that Winston Churchill quote, or I think it was, or Sir Edmund Hillary, that says that if you don't have any enemies, you're not living a life that's I guess sufficient or fulfilling or meaningful. Something like that. Okay.
That's good.
Okay, so What would you tell millennials that are feeling a little bit neurotic about getting older?
Oh, well, Perry, you know that my answer to that has to be faith related. It's got to be a God story.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I have learned, by walking with Jesus, trusting in Him, knowing Him, that He takes my anxieties away, whatever they might be connected to, aging or whatever. I can turn everything over to Him and not worry, be fearful, be anxious about anything.
But if somebody had a mind that would not let them believe in, a God or Christ, what would you
Wow.
tell them? I guess in the more natural sort of realm,
Whew,
horizontally speaking.
I don't think I've got an answer for that, because I would be wanting to point them to something eternal, which is beyond time and space.
Could be like a Heavenly Beauty commercial. Be like, hey, and if you call now, you can go to heaven for free, where you'll look young and beautiful forever and ever. Maybe that could be a new business pitch.
Oh, well.
I just want 2%. That's it, man.
Yeah, of course. I want
That's not 2% again.
I want there to be integrity in all of my pitches, right?
Amen.
You got to have integrity, or you're going to get caught out, and I don't want that.
Well, there you go. So in terms of longevity, what do you find keeps you moving? What keeps you limber? Is it a tin can like for the Tin Man? What about that the myth or the great legend rather of old man's strength? How does
Okay.
that play into everything as well?
Well, there was a book by Stephen R. Covey called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
It's like the
And-
opposite of the 7
and-
deadly sins.
Well, no, it was a different book, of course, but
Okay.
written by a different guy. But one of his recommendations in the book is decide now what you want people to put on your tombstone, on your marker.
I want them to say, Perry, he was fabulous.
Yeah. I like that cranky old woman on her tombstone. It says, I told you I was sick. so I don't want that. But and he says, and then live in a way that people will say, yeah, let's put that on this marker here, on Bruce's marker. And basically what I would like for people to know me as, Bruce Habel, born, died, love God, love people. That's all if I can earn that from people thinking that way about me, I will feel that life has been a worthwhile life. It's given back, because people won't feel that you love people unless you're willing to give yourself to people. And that can mean all sorts of different things.
Yeah, I think somebody told me once when they were explaining their tattoo that the Hebrew word for love is synonymous with the word give.
Ah, okay. Wow. And we have the word love, where the Greeks had 4 words for love. Yeah, 4
What
words.
is it? It was eros. It was
Eros, that's right, like sexual, physical love.
Oh, there was philia.
Philia,
There
brotherly
was-
love, like Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
I guess that would be similar to what they consider charity in some
There
circles.
right, okay,
And
and then there was another step was called storge, and then
Agape love, yeah.
like the love of God, the love that just loves for the sake of love, and some without expectation of receiving anything back.
So a love that's more analogous to simply being. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. So
Great theme.
amen. Yeah, love is a good thing. So what would you find was the most pivotal moment of your life?
Wow. Okay.
That really where
All
it took the
right.
biggest turn.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, like for a crazy young guy who did want to get married. I got married when I was 24, and Marilyn was 22. That was significant, getting married. Now I had to realize my life just wasn't about Bruce. It was about Bruce and Marilyn. Then another significant thing happened 4.5 years later when Allison was born. Now I'm a father. By the way, my crazy driving, when I got married, I slowed down a bit. When I became a father, I slowed down again. Because, here are the people kind of depending on me to be like a mature provider.
You think if you become a great grandfather, you'll slow down even more?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of following the law most times now when I'm driving.
Okay, good for you.
But, yeah. Back to the question, Perry. Ask me the question again.
What was the most pivotal moment of your life?
All right, those were pivotal moments. Learning about coming into a relationship with God through Jesus that's had the most effect on me. But when I was 35, 2 months of depression would be the single greatest developer in my life.
Even more so than becoming a father or a husband?
It's something that stayed with me for the last 42 years.
Wow.
Very, very significant. I'm very thankful that it only lasted 2 months. I know people deal with chronic depression and worse, manic depressive illness. I've got friends that deal with that. And I'm just so thankful I don't have to deal with that. But 2 months of depression changed my life.
Oh, okay.
So, Perry, I got to take you back to your home.
All right.
And I got to head back